So here we are with some more of the Eminence in Shadow. A little bit of a recap. We basically got our second introduction to this anime, except, you know, we're actually in the reincarnated world, a little fantasy world. We're reintroduced to Sid, and then we saw what he was frickin' doing during his childhood, starting up a shadow organization and all that. I do find it funny that despite his sister Claire getting kidnapped, she somehow made it back on her own. She did escape the whole cuffing thing, and I wonder, they didn't mention anything about her seeing anything, but I assume since it's the Shadow Garden, you know, they want to keep themselves in the shadows, so she probably didn't see them, but I assume she might have seen the dead bodies, unless the Shadow Gardens have also taken those dead bodies away, and she just somehow just wandered out like, wow, there's no guards around here. I don't know. But either way, she went off to school and Sid was going to follow her once he turned 15. But it seems like the Shadow Gardens have decided that it's time for them to leave him, you know, to branch off and do other things. So we'll just have to see how Sid responds and if he can keep his Shadow Gardens together. I mean, I assume he does, that's the whole point of the anime. But I do have my full-length reactions up on Patreon, which you guys can check out in the description down below. Other than that, let us get started. So he's going off to... Their role-playing skills are just too good. Wow. Oh yeah, sure, dude. Yeah, because the cult doesn't exist. They're done with this childish game. Yeah, meanwhile, you stay with your 8th grader syndrome. I mean, you're really going into fucking vigilante shit. Oh, we're actually seeing him... And then he gets fucking hit by Truck-kun. That's what you were thinking of? So he's 15 now, I assume he's going to school. Midgar. What? Is this Final Fantasy? Alright. Your sister, who is obsessed for you. Obsessed over you? Midgar Academy. Bushin Festival. Is that like Bushin Ryu? It's been 7 months? You want to be rejected? Alexia. And then of course she's going to fall for him. Man's got a plan. Man, the shading on the side of his lips. Alright, let's see what your plan is, my guy. He's got the shaky shoulder. Damn, look at this act that he's putting on right now. Whoa! Primness? What a fucking textbook background character play, dude. Confession. Follow my face. What? Here's to our new relationship, dude. Oh, too bad, my guy. You're in a rom-com now. Congrats. You're the main character now. That's the whole point. He's average. Women love average men in anime. Come on. Wow. That's the whole point. Come on, guys. The gap. Also, you're not even having lunch with your girlfriend? Come on. Wow, she just fucking got him to scoot over. Oh my god, look at this food that she's having. Wow, that's a lot. Holy shit, are you gonna eat all that? Wait, that's the entire lunch set? If you want her to dump you, you need to suck up to her. Come on. Useless lumps. Yay! Woo! Mr. Zenon. Or I'm a background character, so I suck. I'm assuming these swords are fake, but like, oh my god, you guys are sparring and so close to each other. What, is she's supposed to marry him? Main character tier event. A patsy? They fucking ratted you out. Wow, she's just out here blackmailing him. Alright. What, are you in desperation for money? Damn, dude, that's a gold coin, too. Or is that a... I actually remember this. Fido? She's just... She just keeps giving me money. Wow, what a romantic relationship. Just her fucking... He's a gold... I mean, they're not wrong. Just calling him Pochi? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Sounds like he's the sort of guy who just wants power. Oh my god, this man's just literally eating ice cream. He's not even licking it, he's just... Oh, there's the second batch. He's a prime selection. Yeah, he's just really good at hiding it. She shoved that ice cream in his mouth and now she's eating it. Oh! Money, 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 money. But I can't take my eyes away from it. It's just like his sister. They've been doing that, like, that shadow on, like, the corner of her lips. Yeah, iris. Okay. What if Mr. Zenon's just really interested in iris? Oh my god. Did you just say what you just said? Ah. Caught that smile and then the shadow on it. Oh, it's a good thing nobody else is on this fucking train. Like, what? You can see the shadow even when he's in the shadow. It's a... We'll see about that. Well, at least he knows that you guys are definitely not a ride or die sort of people. We've broken up. Says you people? Oh, come on, guys. What a bunch of fucking losers. Are these, like, teachers, right? Oh, they're coming for him. Are they teachers? Or they say they call him Mr. Zenon, so it's just instructors? Damn, dude, they're surrounding them. Or are they just higher class? What a bunch of fuck. Is he the Night Order then? I need to write that down too. Of course. Sure. Wow. Jesus Christ. So many of them. I mean, yeah. So the Night Order are those guys, I assume. And they're sorta also acting like instructors for the Midgar Academy. Alright, every time I think of Midgar now, it's just... This is not a puzzle piece anymore, but it's, ripples. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, the only thing in my head right now, those horny games. like the little puzzle piece, you know? Like, as you find more of the puzzle piece, you'll get, like, the sexy photos and all that. I think they're also mobile games. Is Honey Pop one of it? No, Honey Pop is just, Candy Jam? Candy Corn? Candy Cake? What is that? What is that mobile game that, like, all the moms like? But, you know, Honey Pop's just the sexy version of it. So this is her doing squats? Okay, so the camera's just down on the ground, and that's all the sweat that she's sweating out. Alright. Well, thanks for the photos, I guess. Alright, that's the end of it, so we're just gotta go back to the center. Alright, so that was episode 3 of The Eminence in Shadows, which is just a very completely different... Like, the past 3 episodes has just been so different in tone, and also in the concept as well. It's... Wow, you know, like, you were learning about the Shadow Garden, and now they've left, and now here we are in the fucking Midgar Academy. We also have not seen his sister either. I guess Claire is just too busy being fucking amazing. So Sid's just out here fucking chilling, you know? But Jesus Christ, what is it? We get hit with like this typical, as he said it, this rom-com situation where, you know, the guy who's average and the guy who's not good at anything, quote quote, and he ends up getting the girl who's the best of the best, or at the very least in terms of the source of guys' desires, you know, and all that, because from what Alexia says, you know, her, and also from what Sid knows as well, that her combat style is plain and boring. You know, it's just her practicing the basics a lot, and that her, Alexia's sister, Princess Iris, is better than her. We're also like 7 months into his first year in Midgar Academy, so that's fucking great, and he befriends other background characters, Skell and Poe, who, again, as I said, they have proven themselves that they are definitely not ride or die friends. They will fucking give you up immediately. And then they're gonna fucking talk shit on Sid for like dating her for 2 weeks after they fucking sold him out and saying like, oh, you haven't done anything with her? Like, if it was me, I would have kissed her, or I would have gone all the way like, alright bro, we'll fucking see it when we see it, alright? But that scene when Alexia tosses him money, I remember that scene specifically, and it's just a fucking great scene in terms of like the comedy point. I absolutely love it. You know, Alexia's just out here tossing him money, and Sid's will be like, huh, do you think that I'm the sort of person who would follow you because of the money? She's like, yeah, you do. Damn right you are, and he's just taking the money. Although, is it in the manga? Because I remember specifically in the manga, it was just him groveling on the ground, taking the money as he says, damn right you are. But I really enjoy that scene. It's just fantastic, you know? Sid's over here like, what, you only pick me because you think that I'm easy to control? Meanwhile, Sid, oh, you're giving me money? Of course I'll be your fucking dog. So, towards the end, Alexia has gone missing, and whether that's just a case of her running away, or perhaps she is kidnapped, you know, maybe the coat of Diablos has gotten her. I just like to assume that it was Mr. Zenon who kidnapped her, and now he's trying to put the blame on Sid. You know, there's just something about those sort of characters, you know, the guy who, I don't know how old Mr. Zenon is, but he's out here trying to get married to Alexia, who is possibly, you know, underage, but we are in, like, medieval times era or whatever, you know, in those sort of age, so I kind of, understandable, but I still don't trust Mr. Zenon. He's the sort of guy that I say is probably only using Alexia for fucking power. He's probably got the hots for Iris. So he's trying to get to Iris through her. And so Iris is the girl in red, right? Red hair? I assume we're going to see Iris eventually, you know, now that if Iris learns that Alexia is gone and kidnapped and all that, you know, I assume that she'll be like, oh, where's Alexia? So maybe we'll see her, maybe not, who knows? But again, if it's not Mr. Zenon, and if it's not her running away, there's the chance that she's just been caught by the cult of Diablos, and perhaps if Sid ends up investigating more about the cult of Diablos, although he'll probably think about they're just random kidnappers, perhaps he'll run into his old friends again, the Shadow Garden. To which I just realized he's over here thinking about like, yeah, they're just leaving me because they're all grown up now, and they don't want to play these childish games anymore, because that's just how he thinks it is. When in reality, no, they're really just doing what they're doing because this code of Diablos is a fucking global issue, so they gotta spread apart. They can't continue doing their operations just at this one town, you know? They gotta spread out and all that. And God, by the time Sid finds them again, I wonder if they're just gonna have like way more fucking members. And the other thing that I talked about before, and I'm still thinking about it, and of course it's because Sid keeps bringing it up, and how he sees everything as a game, you know, he thinks of himself as a background character, and then he thinks of other people, you know, he thinks of Scout and Poe as also background characters, and then he's just kind of like, oh, this event where background character confess their love to this person who is of higher status, and then they're going to get rejected, you know, he's like, oh, that's an event that I want to participate in, and then when it doesn't happen, he's like, whoa, how did I manage to get myself into this rom-com story or rom-com event? During the time when they were sparring, he was just kind of like, oh, hopefully I'll be able to get over this main character tier event, you know, and I'll be able to go back to becoming a background character, and that sort of thing, you know. Even though we're still very much in the beginning, I did have that question in the that I written in the description of episode 2, where it really feels like he does see the world in black and white, and it makes me wonder if how he'll react when he sees characters that he sees as villains, you know, the people of Code of Diablos, although to him they're just bandits. If he's able to see these people and then he perhaps at some point learn about one of their backstories and all that, and find out that perhaps that they're not just villains because they want to be villains, and some of them, as we saw with the guy in the previous episode, he had fallen into darkness because his daughter has died, and that's why he ended up becoming a part of the Cult of Diablos. Is it? Yeah, Diablos. And with that guy as well, he's just kind of like, oh, I can't believe I had fallen into the darkness, but this guy, you know, this guy Sid, perhaps he could be I don't know, he could dive into the darkness and fucking destroy it. I don't know. We've also got all these talks of Bushin, which is like the sword style, and they were talking about like traditional Bushin and royal Bushin. And then in the previous episode with the guy who was fighting Sid and, you know, the Shadow Garden and all that, he was talking about Bushin Ryu. It's just a lot of names of Bushin and sword styles and all that, but I assume we're gonna talk a little bit more, you know, we're eventually with the whole Bushin styles and all that, so that will be interesting, and I assume perhaps we are going to learn a little bit more about the Night Order as well, so that'll be interesting, just a little more of the you know, just opening up more of the world and all that, and what is operated by what and such, so that will be interesting. But if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next episode.